What's going on, everyone? I'm the Eat Coach, Mel Pika, and today I'm going to be doing a Q&A based on a lot of the comments that you guys have left on some of my older videos. And I'm going to start doing this periodically so I could, stay in tune with all of you and, tackle a lot of the questions that a lot of you have. But first and foremost, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button in your lower right hand corner so you can get notifications of when I do drop new videos and also when I go live. All of this is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a medical professional. I am merely sharing my philosophies and my experiences based on the studies that I have done and the research that I have done as well. So if you do resonate with what I'm talking about, make sure you give me a thumbs up during or at the end of this video. But let's get into it. So one of the first questions that I want to tackle today was, can fruits help with vision issues? And as somebody who wears glasses, this one definitely resonates with me. So I wanted to tackle this. First and foremost, like fruits or any food for that matter, they don't heal. That's not the concept of eating fruit and getting more in line with the natural diet. It's about the elimination. It's about allowing your body the freedom, the nerve energy to heal itself. So when you start gravitating more towards a natural diet, you're allowing your body the freedom of energy to heal itself. So when it comes to bad vision, it is an acidic problem at the end of the day. And it's also, you have to understand that your eyes are also muscles. And in order to increase and get better vision, you have to work that muscle. So there's a few different things you can do. Number one, the diet is extremely vital because you want to be able to eliminate a lot of that acidity that is going on and causing the vision issues in the first place. But also you want to work that muscle. For instance, if you have an astigmatism in, like myself, I have one in my right eye. So one of the things that I practice and do is I try to work out my right eye more than my left, meaning putting a patch over my left eye for a part of the day to put more onus and more activity on that right eye so it can work itself out, so it can ultimately get stronger. Another thing is sunlight, sun gazing. When the sun is, either rising or it is descending at the end of the day, you probably don't want to do it at the hottest point of the day or when the sun's at its brightest. But, early in the morning when during sunrise, doing some sun gazing to allow your eyes to get that sun energy and that light into your eyes as well will help. But when it comes to actual food, it's more about the eliminating a lot of those acidic foods, implementing the raw foods to provide your body with the necessary energy to start to repair and heal itself. As far as vision issues go, you want to treat your eye like a muscle, and with any muscle within your body, the more you use it, the stronger it gets. The less you use it, the more you rely on glasses and things of that nature, the more compromised it is going to be. Unfortunately for me, like I'm in a profession to where I need my eye. I need to be able to see a lot of times during the day. So it's going to take me longer to improve my eyes. But I do know in the last optometrist appointment I had, eye vision appointment I had, my eyes actually did get better in the past year. So that to me is a lot of confirmation of what I'm doing. So, but let's move on to the next question. Studies suggest that fructose is bad for the liver and could possibly cause non-alcoholic fat liver disease. How do you feel about that? They're asking me how I feel about that. Well, there's a huge misconception when you see NAFLD or non-alcoholic fatty liver disease associated with fructose, right? Well, fructose is the type of natural sugar that is in fruits, but they are speaking, and by they, I mean the medical profession and the medical industry, they are speaking mostly of high fructose corn syrup, which is a processed form of sugar. and has no association with fruits whatsoever. That's where a lot of this misconception comes into play. Most people who end up being diagnosed with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD, it's because of overconsumption of high fructose corn syrup. In fact, one of the studies I saw said 70% of the individuals who suffer from that are due to high fructose corn syrup. So make sure you don't get those things mixed up. There's absolutely nothing wrong with having a majority fruit diet. There's nothing wrong with the fruitarian diet. There's nothing wrong with the raw diet, as long as you are consuming the foods that are that were created for the human body to process. And that is going to be your fruits, your raw veggies and leafy greens, and a little bit of nuts and seeds. So no, I am not concerned at all when it comes to the liver. When you are eating the optimal diet and you're on that path of eating the optimal diet, you're putting your body in the best position it can be. And you are on the side of healing your body and regenerating tissue versus destroying and eating foods that are corrosive to the organs within your body. But great question. Really, really good question. So let's keep it moving. How do I get protein from fruit? And I know this is a huge question that a lot of you have probably been asked multiple times, especially if you're on this path, even if you're just a vegetarian or a vegan, right? Where do you get your protein? Where do you get your protein? I know it's a huge thing out there, and I've done plenty of videos on protein. But the beauty of it is that fruits provide you with everything that you need. Leafy greens provide you with the majority of everything you need. The balance of the two is perfection. So people have to understand that we don't need protein per se, we need amino acids. And fruits provide you with all the amino acids that you need. Plain and simple. When you think about protein as a whole and how your body actually processes it, it has to strip it down to the individual amino acids, which is a process. And any process that your body has to go through is utilizing energy, is utilizing vital energy, is utilizing ATP, which causes burden on the body. And the less amount of burden and energy that you are using in the process of digestion, the more energy you have to regenerate your body. That's where the whole energy efficiency things comes into place. Now, if you think about it, the protein that you're getting, say, from meat, from animal products, is a secondary version of protein, because that animal, say it's a cow, for instance, that cow is eating grass to get its amino acids and turns it and builds it into a protein. So when you eat that cow, you're getting a cow protein, and then you now have to dissect that cow protein and convert it into a human protein. You see all the different layers and processes that your body has to go through in order to do that? That is a burden on you. But when you eat fruits and when you eat leafy greens, you're getting those amino acids that your body takes and builds into human proteins. That's the difference. So it's a huge misconception. Protein is one of the biggest myths out there as far as the amount of protein that you need and the type of protein you need. You need the amino acids. There's 8 essential amino acids that you actually that are essential to your body, and fruits provide all of them. As Dr. Douglas Graham talks about, you should not be exceeding more than 10% protein in your diet. It should be 80% raw natural carbs, 10% fat max, and a 10% max of protein. All right. So just wanted to clear that up, but always a great question when we're talking about proteins. Now, the last question is, how do you build muscle? How do you build muscle, especially eating mostly fruits and not ingesting so much and consuming so much protein? Well, another misconception there as well. Truth is, when it comes to building muscle, and by building muscle, I'm talking about good quality lean muscle, 2 things come into play, right? the type of diet, and exercise. Because building muscle, from the ground up, you're going to need to have some type of resistance training. That's what builds muscle. So you can take any supplement you want. You can take muscle milk. You can take whatever you can get on whatever high protein diet you want. At the end of the day, the building of muscle comes from the resistance training, from the exercise aspect of it. Use it or lose it, plain and simple. Okay. Now your diet comes into play because you want to build healthy muscle. You want to build from healthy tissue. And what is healthy tissue break down to? Healthy cells. How do you get healthy cells? By eating the right foods, right? You have trillions of cells within your body. Trillions, right? And they feed off carbohydrates. And when you're eating the fruits, when you're eating the leafy greens, you're providing it with the optimal food, the optimal fuel, the optimal energy to be able to perform optimally. Therefore, if cells are performing optimally, they're going to build healthy, optimal tissue. So you mix that with the weight training, with the resistance training, and you're going to build healthy, lean muscle. You look at most people who are massive bodybuilders or just absolutely bulked up, they have a lot of health issues. They have a lot of kidney issues. They have a lot of heart issues because the amount of protein and the amount of fat that they're consuming in their diet, the amount of lactic acid that they are creating by building that muscle, but their body's so stagnated that they can't release it. They can't get rid of it. Therefore, it's going to build up within the body, cause inflammation, and those are the steps to disease. So those are the questions for today. Like I said, I'm going to do this periodically. Please leave comments, add any more questions, because I'd love to get to those in the future as well. Make sure you give me that thumbs up if any of this resonated with you, and make sure you hit that subscribe button in your lower right-hand corner. Peace and love to you all. See you guys next time.